In this fast-moving world, one cannot always lead a nation forever. Inevitably, at some point, the youth will have to take over the positions of leaders, whether they like it or not. Luica Franco Machado, Young Leader for the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs at the United Nations, points out that young people are not only for the future, but they are also playing a noticeable role even in our present, in various ways that are very innovative and impactful. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear judges, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kaifa Ismail Sasa Pratama, but you can call me Kai for short. I am a 3rd grade senior high school student from SMA Negeri 5 Kota Depok. When I first saw the subtheme of this speech, I knew it resonates so much with Allah's command for Prophet Muhammad in the first 30 of Surah Al-Baqarah. Allah said, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifah, which translates to and mention, O Muhammad, when your Lord said to the angels, Indeed, I will make upon the earth a successive authority, Khalifa. It means that each and every individual are responsible to maintain peace, justice, and prosperity on this earth. That includes being a good communicator. Of course, being a good communicator does not mean you can be an isolated person. You have to be able to work with others, to influence policies, not just locally but also globally, to showcase the power of Indonesian youth leadership. But before you get stressed out about being a Khalifa, I have something to say. Being a Khalifa does not mean that you have to be a CEO like in one of those Chinese dramas. I have to admit, I am the type of person that gets fear of missing out quite easily. So whenever I feel like I am left behind by my peers by not doing something or contributing something to my country, I'll always remember, being a leader is not a mere title or office. Instead, you can start by doing something small first. For example, like I am participating in the speech competition now to spread the awareness of why young leadership and communication skills are important. As a Khalifa, we are responsible to take care of what has been given upon us. And because all we all know, Indonesia is a maritime country with a total sea area combined of 5.8 million square kilometers. So it is clear that our biggest responsibility is the sea. But what if I am not a Muslim? You may ask. Well, actually, the answer is already deeply rooted in Pancasila, especially the second sila, kemanusiaan yang adil dan beradab. Not to mention, we are taught from elementary school up until senior high school to embody the values of Pancasila. It is not just an ink on a page, but it is also a fundamental, a blueprint even, for us as an Indonesia. As I have mentioned before, the total sea area combined of Indonesian sea is over 5.8 million square kilometers. It is very clearly shown and substantially backed that it is impossible for us to take care of our sea alone. And this is where it connects with the previous point, where we must have the skill and courage to communicate with other nations to protect our Indonesian seas. Suffice to say, as a Khalifa, we are dependent upon the whole. Hence why we must master the skill to communicate with other nations to make sure our concerns are heard by the international waters. Before I end this speech, I would like to ask you something. Will you keep silent and not doing anything? Or will you start doing something, even though it seems like it doesn't do anything much? Let that sink in for a moment. That is all from me. Thank you so much, dear judges, ladies and gentlemen, for having me and listening to my speech. I sincerely do apologize if I made mistakes, whether unconsciously or unconsciously. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.